Welcome to the Stimulator, where I will be cleaning this playground with a power washer. Oh, always feels good to see. And then tell you why I hate dating. Now, truth be told, it's not that I'm like a Sigma male and I don't require dating anymore. I am, in fact, engaged to a very beautiful woman, and we met like 5 years ago. So I did date, and I gotta tell you, if for some reason this were to end and I had to go dating again, I think I would be completely lost, and I would do terrible, and for many reasons. And the biggest one is that I'm a man of many proportions, right? It should be obvious. Big personality, big muscles, small wiener, and it takes a special kind of someone, i.e., my fiance, to really handle something like that. And I just wouldn't even know where to begin, because one of the things about dating is like making that first impression, and making sure you give a good first impression. However, you don't want to be fake, right? You still want to be you the best you can. Damn, that was awesome to look at. And what I mean by that is you want to make sure that you look nice and you give off a good first impression, but you got to make sure you're your real you. So, for example, when I picked up my fiance on our first date, we were going to Olive Garden, which you might be laughing. What? Well, one, I was 19, and two, it was literally the fanciest restaurant in my hometown at the time. So, eat me. Secondly, I had a couple of jokes lined up for her, all right, and and it was like planned, right? So the first one was a really innocent one. It was a skunk joke. Where does a skunk go to college? I don't know. And I say it goes to PU, and laughs all around. She thought it was hilarious. Come to think of it, maybe she was just being nice, but I always thought that was a really funny joke. Joke number two was a 9/11 joke. Now, two things on that note. First off, it's been 20 years. Suck it up. Secondarily, I wanted to let her know that I'm someone who, with a little bit of a dark humor, and I don't take a lot of things too seriously, because that's not a great way to live life, in my opinion. So I just don't. And she died laughing. It killed. I was like, okay, she understands me. She knows what's up. This is gonna be a good date. It ended up being a great date, and 5 years later, here we are planning our wedding. Beautiful stuff. Now, let's say it didn't work out that night and I was still on the market, but I was like devastated, right? And it's been 5 years later. Could I get back on the market and actually know what I'm doing? And I honestly think the answer is I don't think I could. And the main reason is because it just seems like such a big effort for like a at the best odds are like 50-50 that this person's even gonna like want to talk to you again after this date, right? Now, some of you might be thinking, well, Parker, I'm a Sigma. I don't need companionship. I don't need the date. You know what? Good for you. This isn't for you, okay? But I'm not. I definitely need that companionship. And if I had to go back, what would I do different? Well, I don't know if I would have done a dinner. Okay, now a dinner is one of many options you can do on a first date. So there's dinner. I think dinner is a classic option, something you can do, really get to know the person. If you are at the drinking age, I think having a couple of drinks, but don't get sloppy. If you get sloppy, that becomes an issue too. Have a couple of drinks, enjoy yourselves, and you really get to know each other. Then I think it's a good one. You can't go wrong with a good dinner. Just make sure the place you're going is worth a damn. Following that, I think another one that people gravitate towards is a movie, and the movie is a god awful decision for a first date because you don't really get to talk the whole time, right? Because you're watching the movie. Because like, here's my thing: if I'm going to a movie and like she starts talking, I'm like, bitch, shut up! Like, what are you talking to? We're at a movie. We're at a movie. Don't even. So definitely not a good go-to. And then like another one is some kind of like Hallmark esque adventure, right? Let's go rock climbing. Let's go hike the national park, which just doesn't seem realistic. And you're gonna get all sweaty. Do you really want to get sweaty on a first date? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a great idea. And this is a bonus one. This one doesn't happen very often. Let's say they're a gamer and you have a LAN party for your first date. Now that's kind of pog. I would say it's a very rare occasion, And that would be something I would if I were to date again, I would like shoot for that. Like, hey, you want to play Mario Kart? And then like and then you don't let them win because you have to show dominance, and if the only way you know to show dominance is through gaming, then that's all you got, right? And if they can't accept that, then they're not for you, bud. They're just not for you. But going back to why I would hate doing it again is it's a lot of it comes down to is I don't really keep up with what's hot right now. Like, I have TikTok, but most of the time my TikTok is just food porn because like they do have some pretty baller recipes on TikTok. But there's like some shit like for gore and some other stuff that people talk about, and like I'm just like I don't keep up with, and I would be worried because I am 24 years old, that and people my age, 24, they keep up with this stuff still, like all this garbage, and not garbage, but you know what I mean. They keep up with it, and I'm like, I feel like they would want to talk about that kind of stuff, and I'm gonna be really out of the loop, and I just don't want to put in the effort to get into the loop, because the loop is very small and a waste of my time, honestly. Not to mention, what's the point of putting in the effort of something that's like a 50-50 shot at like the best of odds, right? Which might be a very pessimistic way of looking at like dating, but man, especially if you're in college still, dating can get really expensive, right? Like trying to pay for dinner or whatever the hell, or pay for rock climbing lessons to get better at rock climbing to show them up, or buying a Switch to play some Mario Kart. It gets really expensive really fast, and it's definitely not for me. Now, there could be another angle. There could be another angle you're looking at dating is you're just trying to get laid. And you know what? You do you, as long as it's all like consensual and whatnot, it's fine. But is spending $100 worth it? I gotta be honest with you, it's a little overrated. It normally is. It's never like what you see in the videos, and no one knows what the hell they're doing. So like, it's honestly, I can just get it for free online, and I'm good. So I'd rather make like a long-lasting connection, and put some effort in it in a sense like that way. And this is coming together quite nicely. I think I've missed a handful of spots though. Yeah, here we go. Oh baby, that was a little bit better. Could you imagine dating like another gamer? I feel like dating should only have one gamer in it. Okay? And here's why. Because you have to have someone who lets the other person win. Okay? I think it's the best way of doing it. Because right now my fiance's not a huge gamer. She kind of calls herself a gamer because she plays mobile games, but you know, uh, imagine the situation where she is a gamer, and I'm like, hey, you want to play some Mario Kart? Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. And at first, like, oh, dude, sweet, we can play Mario Kart all the time. It's like hanging out with the boys. But then, like, she's like cracked, and she just absolutely kicks your ass. Then what do you do, right? Like, do you just go, yay, good job, babe? Or do you go, load it up? And then you go grab your XRT racer and try to just dominate her in like COD or something. If she knows what she's doing, then that's gonna be more than just Nintendo. So like you kind of got to think outside the box on how you're gonna win, because like when she's not a gamer, or you can, if you're the only gamer, you can control who wins 90% of the time. For example, if I was like, hey babe, you want to play some Mario Kart, and she's like, yeesh, let's play some Mario Kart. I'm like, sweet. And then we play 50cc items on. We're having a good time. And the whole time she's ahead of me, and I know I have this mushroom. I can take a shortcut, easily win. Or do I let her beat me by a little bit so she knows she wins, and it doesn't seem like I let her win? That way it's a win-win all the way around. But let's say she pissed you off earlier. Like, not a lot, right? But just enough, like, I want to get back at her. Let's play some Mario Kart, and you absolutely dominate her. You make sure she doesn't get out of 10th place, and you just lap her 10 times out of 10. Okay, and then like it has a sense of superiority in it, but like it doesn't really mean anything, so it's okay. Unless you make it mean something, but don't make it mean something. That's just weird. Also, and I'm just gonna throw this out here. It's gonna be like a really dick thing to say, and this is something when I was like looking, especially now, when it comes to like a partner, I need someone who isn't dumb, right? So I have a degree in chemistry, and I'm currently getting my master's in chemistry as well. And I'm not saying they need to know chemistry. That's idiotic. But I need someone that when I talk about school or chemistry, they can at least have the ability to ask questions and have a conversation with me. Let's say I'm talking about my zinc oxide crystals I'm making, and the piezoelectric field property that they have aren't showing. They're not going to go like, oh, ha 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 ha, cool. They're going to be like, oh, so what does piezoelectric mean? Like they don't have to know it, but the fact that they kind of want to learn or even have a conversation about it, that's important to me. And I feel like that doesn't happen a lot. And this isn't just like women. This is both sides of the field because everyone's an idiot. By the way, who plays here? These like the garbage pail kids. Do all playgrounds get this gross? I'm never gonna let my kids play at a playground that is this gross. By the way, that is, in fact, they might just be like stuck up on the inside forever. I'm gonna be a big germaphobe dad, guaranteed. The addition of things like Tinder, does it really help with dating? Well, I'll tell you this. Me and my fiance met over Tinder, so there is that, right? But I mean, we all know what Tinder is normally used for. And I think for making actual relationships, it's become too much of a meme these days. Even in the beginning, it was a meme, but now it's like, I don't think people really go on dates anymore, right? They just go, hey, you want to meet at the bar? Or like, hey, what are you doing tonight? And then like, and I don't know. I feel like dating doesn't really happen there. I think dating happens in like real human connections, which people don't do anymore. And I mean, I'm saying I don't really do it much anymore either. Like I have my social bubble, right? I have my chemistry lab, my gaming friends, and then my fiance, right? And so the only place I would probably meet if I were single, if to meet other women, would be at like my chemistry lab. But then it's like you don't want to do that with the same people you work with. I feel like this is like you're just starting an awkward fire, because like what if things go bad and you get to see this person again, and it's like, oh no, I just wow. I feel sorry for everyone out there who has to really give it a shot and find love. Good luck, everyone. It sounds like it really blows.